Chapter 1. The Jurassic World when Earth belonged to dinosaurs. Approximately 201 million years ago, Earth entered an age unlike anything that exists today. There were no humans, no cities, no traces of civilization. Instead, the world was dominated by colossal creatures, some moving with slow, overwhelming power, others hunting silently with terrifying speed and precision. This was the Jurassic Period, the era when dinosaurs truly rose to absolute dominance. Dinosaurs did not first appear in the Jurassic. They emerged earlier toward the end of the Triassic period. But the Triassic world was harsh and unstable. Only with the arrival of the Jurassic did the Earth become the perfect stage for dinosaurs to explode in number, size, and diversity. And to understand why dinosaurs ruled the Jurassic, we must begin with the planet itself. A planet in transition, the Jurassic began after a major mass extinction event at the end of the Triassic. Many older animal groups vanished, leaving behind vast ecological vacancies. These empty niches became opportunity. At the same time, the supercontinent Pangaea, a single massive landmass that once dominated the Earth, began to split apart. Continental plates slowly pulled away from one another, opening new oceans and reshaping global geography. This continental breakup was vital. It created longer coastlines, more stable climates, increased rainfall, more complex ecosystems. Earth during the Jurassic became warm and humid. Polar ice was nearly non-existent. Dense forests spread across the continents from equatorial regions to higher latitudes. It was a planet overflowing with vegetation, and wherever plants flourished, giant herbivores would follow. An ecosystem built for giants. Jurassic plants were very different from modern flora. There were no flowering plants or grasses. Instead, the land was dominated by giant ferns, cycads, primitive conifers. These plants thrived in the warm, high carbon dioxide atmosphere. Together, they produced an unprecedented abundance of biomass, capable of supporting massive plant-eating animals. As a result, enormous herbivorous dinosaurs, especially long-necked sauropods, grew to sizes never before seen on land. And when prey grows larger, predators must evolve to match. The evolutionary arms race. The Jurassic became a time of biological escalation, an evolutionary arms race between predator and prey. Herbivorous dinosaurs grew increasingly massive, developed longer necks to reach higher vegetation, built immense bodies as defense against attackers. Carnivorous dinosaurs evolved stronger jaws, developed sharper, more efficient teeth, strengthened their hind limbs for pursuit. Every anatomical feature was shaped by survival pressure. Nothing was accidental. Nothing was wasted. Each advantage gained by prey triggered new adaptations in predators and vice versa. The Jurassic therefore produced some of the most extreme body forms in the history of life on land. A world without humans. To truly imagine the Jurassic, the modern world must be erased from the mind. There were no birds singing in the trees as we know them today. No large mammals roaming grassy plains. No grass at all beneath their feet. Instead, the skies were filled with pterosaurs. The ground trembled under the footsteps of long-necked giants. Dense forests echoed with the deep resonant calls of predators. Even the oceans teemed with enormous marine creatures. Earth belonged to reptiles in the air, on land, and beneath the sea. Why dinosaurs became the rulers. Dinosaurs were not dominant simply because they were large. They were efficient. Compared to many other reptiles, their legs were positioned directly beneath the body, allowing efficient movement. Some species showed signs of higher metabolism, enabling sustained activity. They adapted rapidly to changing environments. These traits gave dinosaurs a crucial advantage over competing animal groups. The Jurassic was not the only time large land animals existed, but it was the time when dinosaurs ruled almost without challenge. A balanced but fragile world. Despite appearances of stability, the Jurassic world was not unchanging. Volcanic activity continued beneath the surface. Climate fluctuated over millions of years. Ecosystems constantly adjusted under evolutionary pressure. The Jurassic was a middle chapter, a moment where life reached structural maturity, yet unknowingly prepared for even greater transformations ahead. What began in the Jurassic would continue to evolve through the Cretaceous period. Chapter 1, Conclusion. The Jurassic was more than the age of dinosaurs. It was a moment when Earth and life aligned perfectly. A warm planet, a flourishing ecosystem, and creatures uniquely suited to dominate it. But every age is only a chapter, not an ending. In the next chapter, we will enter the violent realm of Jurassic predators where strength, speed, and instinct determined who lived, and who became fossilized in stone. Chapter 2: Apex Predators of the Jurassic World, the hunters who ruled the land. By the middle of the Jurassic Period, the world had become a dangerous place. The forests were vast and humid, the plains crowded with enormous herbivores. Life flourished, but where life is abundant, death follows closely behind. Somewhere beyond the tree line, something was watching, waiting, calculating. This was the domain of the Jurassic predators, the apex hunters who ruled the land with teeth, speed, and instinct. These were not simple animals reacting blindly to hunger. They were precision-built organisms, shaped by millions of years of evolution to hunt some of the largest creatures ever to walk the earth. The rise of the Jurassic carnivores. After the mass extinction at the end of the Triassic period, ecosystems were left fractured and unbalanced. Many older predator lineages disappeared, leaving behind open ecological space. Carnivorous dinosaurs stepped into that void. As herbivores grew larger and more numerous during the Jurassic, predators were forced to adapt. Small opportunistic hunters were no longer enough. To bring down massive prey, predators needed strength coordination and anatomical efficiency. Over time, the Jurassic world gave rise to some of the most formidable land predators in Earth's history. Allosaurus, the face of Jurassic terror. If one dinosaur represents the role of apex predator in the Jurassic, it is Allosaurus, living approximately 155 to 145 million years ago. Allosaurus dominated much of what is now in North America and Europe. Reaching up to 9 meters in length, it was large but not slow. Allosaurus was built for attack. Its skull was massive, yet lightweight, reinforced with air pockets that reduced weight without sacrificing strength. Its jaws opened wide, armed with long serrated teeth, designed not to crush, but to slice flesh deeply. Rather than relying on an overpowering bite, Allosaurus used a strategy closer to repeated, devastating slashes wounding prey until it collapsed from blood loss or shock. A predator designed for violence. The anatomy of Allosaurus reveals a predator optimized for domination. Its neck muscles were exceptionally strong, allowing the head to strike downward like an axe. This motion likely enabled powerful blows against soft tissue or exposed organs. Its arms, though smaller than its massive body, were strong and flexible, likely used to grip prey during an attack or help stabilize the animal while feeding. Powerful hind legs made Allosaurus a capable runner, able to pursue prey across open terrain or ambush victims from forest cover. This was not a brute force hunter, but a tactician of violence. Hunting giants, predators versus sauropods. The Jurassic landscape was dominated by sauropods, long-necked giants, weighing tens of tons. At first glance, such animals seem untouchable, yet fossil evidence tells a different story. Bite marks on sauropod bones, healed injuries, and feeding traces suggest that predators like Allosaurus did not avoid these giants. Instead, they targeted the young, the sick, or the injured. Some paleontologists propose that Allosaurus may have hunted in groups coordinating attacks to overwhelm much larger prey. While direct proof of pack hunting remains debated, the evidence suggests at least opportunistic cooperation. Even giants could fall, other killers of the Jurassic. Allosaurus was not alone. Across the Jurassic world, different regions produced their own apex predators. Megalosaurus, one of the earliest named dinosaurs, stalked early Jurassic Europe. Ceratosaurus, with its distinctive nasal horn, shared territory with Allosaurus and may have specialized in aquatic or coastal prey. Corvosaurus, even larger and heavier than Allosaurus, emerged as a true super predator capable of dominating entire food webs. Each predator occupied a slightly different ecological niche, reducing direct competition while ensuring that no herbivore lived without threat. Senses sharpened for the kill. Jurassic predators were not only powerful, they were perceptive. Their forward-facing eyes provided binocular vision, allowing accurate depth perception when striking prey. Their nasal passages suggest a strong sense of smell, capable of detecting blood decay or movement from great distances. The brain structure of theropod dinosaurs indicates advanced balance and coordination, essential for fast movement and controlled attacks. These animals were not simply reacting, they were processing information, making decisions in real